Hey guys, this is Ashley White, the owner of the Polka Dot Alley, and I'm so excited to introduce you to the Alley podcast. Hey guys, okay, so I had an aha kind of a moment last night, and it was one that not only was for me, but I felt like it was one that would be good to share with you. If you're not a mom, this one may interest you, it may not. It is going to be a lot about kids and just how we feel as moms. Maybe it'll interest you still. So stick around either way and find out. I am wearing some of our new Buckley pajamas / loungewear that will be coming out in August because once I put them on to try the sample, I couldn't take them back off. They're so scrumptious. So I'm going to stay in these. Hopefully you don't mind. So one thing that I've noticed, we saw the movie Inside Out 2 the other day. Love that, by the way. Love the movie. Love everything about it. And it made me think about how, especially as a mom, we have this almost obligation and this kind of crazy need to not only make these amazing memories for our kids, but be a part of all of these memories. And I had a moment last night. I was live, and this has happened multiple times before, where when I'm live, or if I say I have to push a live later because of something for the kiddos, my customers are always really sweet and really forgiving. And, most of them are moms as well. And they're like, don't worry about it. We'll still be here. Go live another time. Go make the memories with the kids. Go be a part of that with the kids. And there's been so many times where that is what I want to do. But if you're a teacher, you might miss some of those kids' parties because you have your own classroom party you're a part of. Or if you work a desk job, or if you're in a traveling gig, or whatever it might be, you just don't get to be a part of every memory. You have to work, or reality sets in. And that's okay. And I think one thing that I was thinking about last night, I had this moment where my kids were outside with their dad and they were all playing baseball in the yard. I could see them through the window during my live. And I got off the live and I immediately felt this rush of, okay, I need to change. I need to get ready. I need to go out there. Y'all, I'm with those kids every day. Like, I see them all the time. And why did I in that moment feel like I had to be a part of that memory? Why could they not just be out there with him playing baseball? And maybe I can go sit down and needlepoint or watch a show or just relax and enjoy the 10 minutes of quiet in my house. And I think that social media in so many ways is a blessing and we love it, but it's also a curse in so many ways. And I think that we feel this obligation that, our moms and our grandmothers probably didn't feel. I can tell you right now, my mom was not a part of everything that happened. She wasn't there every single moment. And I'm okay. And I don't have any negative memory from that or anything. When I think back of vacations and specific memories, and maybe I'm strange, I don't know. I don't have a lot of those memories. I don't know why. I remember us going to Branson one time, and I remember going to Colorado on a road trip. And I do have certain trips and things that I remember, but I don't remember all of it. I mean, my gosh, I'm about to be 44 next week. I don't remember everything. And so, but I don't remember having a bad childhood. I don't remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, I wish my mom was here for this or that," at all. And so I think that we are to the point in 2024 of it becoming, and I shouldn't say we, maybe you're not like this, maybe it's just my own downfall, but I think in general, society and social media has kind of led us to think that it's never enough and that the memories are never enough. I have taken my kids everywhere, and we are blessed that because of my business, I buy everything on a Southwest credit card, allowing us to fly free whenever we go places. And my mom lives at the beach, so my kids get to go to Florida a lot and see their grandparents. And so they are blessed. I am blessed. We have been on a lot of trips. They get to be in camp. They get to be part of sports. We've made so many memories, and I think that I realized last night, and I'm so thankful that I kind of had this moment, that at some point it's enough. We don't have to go on trips all the time and every year. And I don't have to be there for every single moment. And if they're out there doing something with him, I don't have to feel like, oh, great, they're going to be like, where was mom? Mom was working. And there have been so many years that I've thought that way, and that I've worried that they're going to remember that I worked too much, or they're going to remember that I went on a girls' trip and I wasn't there for that moment. For example, this 4th of July, I won't be here. My mom and I are going on a trip of a lifetime. We are going on a cruise. We are going out of the country. and it's her 70th birthday and we're going to be together. And after losing my dad, it was something I really wanted to do. And do you know how many people, when I have said the dates of my trip, have come back and said, "You're not going to be with the kids for the 4th of July?" And it's like, that's everyone's kind of first thought. And I'm so glad that for me, I was able to go, no, and that's okay. It's fireworks. It's fine. How many 4th of Julys have I been a part of for them? Are they going to look back as an adult and go, gosh, do you remember that one year mom left us on the 4th of July? I mean, I hope not. I don't think they will. I hope they don't. Rocky's nodding yes behind the camera right now. And that's kind of my point, though. I feel like as a mom, we beat ourselves up and we put so much priority on every single memory. And I know my mom didn't do that. And I know her mom for sure didn't do that. And as we go back, but now we do it because we see everyone else doing it. We see everyone else creating memories. We see the trips they're taking their kids on. We see the cute picture on the holiday of them all being together. And so we feel this pressure like we have to do that too. And I can't tell you the last time my kids were awake and I just sat at home and said, I'm going to do the needlepoint, or I'm going to turn on a TV show or do whatever. We wait till they're asleep. And it's funny because when I think back to being a kid, I remember my parents sitting in the living room watching their own shows. I remember them doing their own thing, and I was out in the neighborhood playing with kids, and I didn't know what they were doing, and I didn't care what they were doing, and they didn't care what I was doing, quite honestly. And I feel like now we feel this, I don't know, pressure. I hate saying that about, mothering, but we feel this pressure to be paying attention to them 24/7 and to be off of our phone or off of our show or doing whatever we need to do so that they know that we were there. We were in that moment. We were in that core memory, as the movie taught us. And I don't think that's as necessary as we think it is. And I wish that was something I would have realized 10 years ago, because I feel like my oldest is almost 13. She's 12 and a half. And I can honestly say that for the last 12 and a half years, I have really focused on almost constantly making memories and being in the memories and making their life just amazing. And it's a lot and it's exhausting and it's so much pressure. And why? Why do we feel the need to do this when ours didn't and theirs didn't? And we all turned out good and we turned out okay. And if you're already not doing this and you think you don't even understand what I'm saying right now, more power to you. I wish I had been more like you. And I think that's going to be something that I'm going to try to start working more on is, and it's funny, after that happened last night and I had that moment, guess what I didn't do? For the first time in I don't know how long, I didn't get out of bed and go tell the kids goodnight. They came in my room and said goodnight, and Hay said, come on, because we have the same routine. And I go in his room and we go through the whole process. And I thought, you know what? No. James is over there. We don't both have to be a part of every single stinking good night. We do not both have to be a part of, every single moment. And that's okay. Walk over here and give me a kiss and take yourself to bed. You're 7. I don't have to keep doing this every night forever. And I didn't. And they still went to sleep and they woke up okay this morning and no one has said a word about it. And I got to stay in my bed and I actually fell asleep at like 10 o'clock, which I never do. I didn't watch a show. I didn't read. I didn't do any of my normal routine because I was tired and I took advantage of it and I just went to sleep. Ellison wasn't even asleep yet. I hope at some point she went to sleep. I don't know, but I feel like I'm always feeling the need to make sure they're all asleep before me, to make sure that we go through their normal routine, to make sure that everything's documented and felt and that I'm there for every moment of it. And in a way, this customer last night, who I adore and has been a customer a long time, she'll probably know when she sees this, she said that it was okay for me to get off the live and go make the memory. And I'm so glad she worded it the way she did because it made me go, I don't need to be in that memory. And that's okay. And I just wanted to tell you guys that too and almost kind of set you free as it is because we don't have to be and we shouldn't be in every memory they have. If they're outside playing with their dad or with a neighbor or with a friend, good. Take that moment to go take a bath or read or whatever your thing is that makes you kind of feel relaxed and free for the 10 minutes that you have or whatever it might be. And don't feel like you should have to feel guilty for that. And if you're going on a trip and you're going to be gone for a holiday, okay, we have a lot of holidays. I feel like we are always in this constant state of counting down instead of counting forward. And we're thinking, we see these things on Facebook where it's like, you only have 18 summers, you only have however many days, and you only have this many years and nights until they're gone. And it's like, I have been so suckered into that mentality. And I think it's so important to sit here and go, okay, it doesn't end then. And we have so many years after that. And even if we don't, even if God forbid, let's hope not, you only have those, that's still a heck of a lot of days. And you do not have to be on your A game for every single one of them. It's okay if you're not. And it's okay if you fall through the cracks. And it's okay if you are on a trip on one of those holidays, or if that year your kids don't get to go on a vacation. It's not going to be the end of the world for them. If they spend spring break at home every year, okay. And you're going to make some kind of memory. And whether your memory is a vacation that you're creating with them, or your memory is doing a puzzle together that took you weeks that they're going to remember. Your memory could be sitting on a blanket at the baseball fields because that's where you are all the time. I think we put so much weight into what everybody else is doing and what the specific memory will be. If, oh my gosh, my kids didn't ever get to go here, or they didn't get to do this. I can't even tell you if I ever went to Disney World as a kid. I honestly don't remember. I think my mom said we went one time. I don't have a memory of it if we did. But what I don't have also is some sense of loss over that. I really don't. Like, there's no part of me that thinks that. My mom worked a lot. I don't have any memory of feeling neglected or feeling like she wasn't there. We did not live in a big house. My brother and sister shared a room until they were in, I don't know, middle school. A boy and a girl, not a big deal. They had twin beds. We had a 3-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms, and we were fine. And we didn't have the money to do a lot of the things that you now see all over social media. I never didn't feel loved. I don't feel like I was lacking for anything at all. And I feel like there's just such comparison now. And even as we are, what I would consider successful, we are able to take our kids on trips that I never got to go on as a kid. And I still feel myself comparing to more and more and more and thinking like, well, do we need to do this? And do I need to do this? And it's to the point where I just feel like it's gotten pretty out of control. And you have to just stop and say, at some point, it's too much. And at some point, it's memory overload. And there are enough core memories. And it doesn't always have to be so major. And it could be something small. And it's enough. And it's time to just say, I've done my job. I'm okay. And if we don't go on another trip, they're okay. And if I don't go out there for every evening baseball game or bike ride, let's be serious. I don't have a bike, y'all. I'm not going on a bike ride, okay? James and the kids have bikes. That can be their thing. I don't want to be part of that, and that's okay. And that's just a big goal that I think last night, this moment, and that movie the other day, and it set me on this new path of, I'm going to take some of that pressure off. And I had to talk about it because I want you to feel like you can take some of that pressure off too. And you don't have to be a part of everything, and you don't have to be in every core memory. And gosh, don't we hope that we're not as they grow up? I don't want to be in every memory they have. I want them to be able to create other memories. And in that movie, you see these big glass balls. And that was part of what kind of opened my eyes too, is every time they were looking, you'll have to go see part 2 of that movie to know what I'm talking about. But Joy was looking at all of her memories, all of Riley's memories. And she would look at a glass ball, and it was a memory of Riley with, a teacher, a memory of Riley with her dad, and, all these things. And it really made me realize, as a mom, we think we are the core memory. We think we're the memory creator. We think we're the one that has to make Christmas morning perfect, and we have to make Easter perfect. And oh my gosh, now we have to do this, and we have to do this. And their first day of school has to be documented, and we have to have pictures, and then we have to have the last day of school documented to compare to the first day of school. And then if we don't post it, was it real? And we have to have all of those things. And it's exhausting. And in the goal of making their core memories so amazing, we're kind of lessening ours. And I feel like we are making it more work than we are joy. And so we're losing a little bit of that joy and focusing so much on their joy. And that sounds bad to say. And I'm even saying it has me having that little bit of guilt in my head saying, oh my gosh, are my kids going to see this podcast someday? Probably not, because there's probably 4 people that watch this. But are they going to see this and go, wow, she said it was exhausting to make my memories happy? And it's not what I mean. It's just that at some point it's too much. And it's like I find myself making sure that, not only is the first day of school amazing and not only is the last day of school amazing, and then you think about, my gosh, Valentine's and Easter and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and their birthday. And then every time they lose a tooth and every time just everything becomes so much bigger than what I think it used to be and what it needs to be. And every year we find ourselves needing to top the year before. And it's this never ending rat race of making memories and making good memories and making core memories. And I think if we all would just kind of like band together and go, enough is enough, let's chill out. Everything doesn't have to be a core memory, because our brain can only go to certain capacity. We're not going to remember all of it anyways. So let's focus on what does matter. Make those things a big deal and let the rest of it just be a Tuesday, Don't make yourself crazy over it. Because in the end, they're not going to remember all of that. They're just not, nor should they, and nor should we. So that's really it. Everything doesn't have to be a core memory. You don't have to be in every core memory. Let's just live and let live. And whatever things they decide to remember, they're going to remember. We can't create that for them. We cannot mold their memories into only the best memories. They're going to also maybe remember that time that we lost our cool and that we yelled. Maybe they're going to remember that time that we had a meltdown over something. We can't fix that by making everything else perfect. So let's just do our best on holidays, on Tuesdays, on Wednesday nights, and not feel the guilt that comes with it, because we're all doing our best. They're all going to be okay, just like we are.
Hi, everybody. Happy birthday to us.